what's up? It's Rachel. It's been a little while since my last video, but I am back with an experimental video for you guys. And before we get started, if you're jumping from one of my previous videos into this one, yes, I am aware that I look very different from those videos, because first of all, those videos were a good while ago, and second of all, I just got my eyebrows done. So they're looking a little dark and I'm looking a little crazy right now, but that's not the point. Anyway, I have decided that for this video, I'm going to attempt to live off smoothies and protein shakes for the next 3 to 5 days. So you might be wondering why I'm doing this diet. Honestly, I'm just curious to see how my body will react and how it'll affect my body composition and affect my training. Just to put the disclaimer out there, this is not me saying that this is the ultimate weight loss solution for anybody's weight loss journey. By no means is this sustainable for the long term. This is just me doing an experiment on myself out of pure curiosity. And because I'm not a complete idiot or I would just compromise my health entirely, in addition to these protein shakes, I'm going to be including regular smoothies so that I can have my fruit, my veg, my healthy fats, and my fiber. I'll also be making sure to track everything so that you guys can see a little macro card at the end of each day. One more thing to explain right quick is my diet before anybody calls me out on my video. So 90% of the time I do consider myself to be plant-based, and the other 10% of the time I do consider myself to be vegetarian. For this video, I think it's very key to have variety, and so I thought I would let you guys know that not all of my proteins will be vegan.
So this is my starting point. I'm already pretty lean to start, which is why I don't expect much weight loss, but I've always had trouble getting those horizontal ab lines, so I'm curious to see if they'll become more visible after this experiment. Good morning. So starting off day 1 of this experiment, I forgot to mention that I'll still also be including coffees, teas, and regular water. Usually I would start my day off with matcha water, as you guys know, but I forgot it at work, so I'm just drinking a glass of lemon water to get my day going. "12:31. My original plan was to make a smoothie by myself, but seeing as I'm not in my own house today, I think we're just gonna go walk and buy a smoothie instead. So here I'm just showing you guys the macros on my phone using an app called MyPlate. I like using this app whenever I'm tracking, but later on in the video I'll be switching over to just calculating them and putting the macros on screen to make it easier. Now, so I'm probably gonna make my last protein smoothie in a bit. This video is gonna be a mixture of me talking and doing voiceovers just because I get uncomfortable sometimes talking to my camera in public, but yeah, let's go make this protein smoothie. Using 2 handfuls of spinach, frozen bananas, GNC chocolate protein powder, hemp hearts, cashew milk, water, and just blending that all together. Alright, back at work now, and if you guys aren't new to my channel, you guys know the drill. Always starting off my day with some matcha water. "12:16, it is now lunchtime, and these are my green smoothie ingredients. I also added a teeny bit of stevia afterwards. My personal blender at work is actually really small, so I ended up having to do this in batches. 3:52 p.m. felt a little hungry, so I decided to have this hazelnut coffee protein mixed with some cashew milk and water.
And we are back to talking and not voiceovers. It is currently 7:07. I just got back from the gym not too long ago, and surprisingly, I'm not as hungry as I thought I would be. Another thing that I noticed was that my friend was telling me that he could see the definition of my delts more in the gym, which I'm not sure if that is just a placebo effect or not, but I find it to be really interesting for this being only the second day of the experiment. Since I'm not all that hungry right now, I think I'm just gonna do some editing, and if I do end up making a protein shake, then I will let you guys know.
So here we are just doing a midweek check-in. You can definitely start to see those horizontal ab lines show through, but keep in mind that the gym lighting always makes you look better. Time for my post-workout green smoothie. Here are the ingredients with the greatest greens powder of all time. I swear to you guys, this greens powder is what ties my green smoothies together, and if you are not on it, you seriously need to be.
Alright, what is up you guys? I just got home. It's been a long day and I'm ready for dinner, aka a protein smoothie, so let's get to it. For this protein smoothie, we're going to be using my favorite plant-based protein of all time, Vega Sport in the berry flavor. We're going to be using some coconut yogurt, spinach, frozen mangoes, frozen bananas, frozen mixed berries, and also probably hemp hearts, chia seeds, and the Fido berry from Progressive. I think I'm actually going to add a little bit of cinnamon too. And we have one delicious dinner smoothie ready to go. Back home. It is now 5:32 and time for my dinner shake. Today's probably the day where I felt the most hungry. Not even hungry, just like that empty stomach feeling. I was going to take a coffee protein shake at work, but I'm trying to limit the amount of dairy that I consume throughout this process, so I kind of just left it up until now. So let's go ahead and make this dinner shake. For my nighttime shakes, I've actually been using the GNC Lean Shake. It's actually a meal replacer shake with protein, so this is what keeps me satiated through the night. And bonus is that it tastes just like chocolate milk, and it's so good. So along with that protein powder, we're going to have frozen bananas, hemp hearts, spinach, and also this chocolate turmeric golden milk powder, because the turmeric will help with my inflammation of my sore body right now. Got a little hungry again, so I made one last protein shake with the same GNC Lean Shake powder, the chocolate turmeric golden milk powder, and some powdered peanut butter. It
is the last, wow, I actually look like an egg right now. So today is the last and final day of this experiment. It is about 12:20. I was about to go home and make a green smoothie, but my friend invited me out for her birthday and I want to be there for her, so I'm gonna go. But I know that I'm gonna be super hungry being surrounded by food, so I think what I'm going to do instead is just have my coffee protein and then maybe have some sort of juice while I'm there. This food. Oh, and then there's me. 5:44, time for my green smoothie. It's so packed. I just got home from the gym, part 2. My friend and I were shooting some photos to hopefully get me a new display picture because mine is a year old. Guys, this smoothie literally tastes like Calabunga from Juco Juice, and I am so happy. About 10:30, and it is time for the last protein shake of this experiment. It is 9 o'clock, the day after the final day of the experiment. Before we get into the body composition results, I'm going to have a quick little chat with you guys to kind of gather my thoughts on the entire process. So with this, I wasn't really expecting to lose very much weight just because I would try to make up for calories in my smoothies to try and get my nutrients in. I think I maybe lost like a pound or two, but overall I mostly noticed that my muscles started to look more tight and toned. I think it was a really big help to include smoothies to help with my overall hunger as well. I didn't really feel very much symptoms of hunger until maybe day 3 or day 4, and I didn't really experience any bloating issues either from too much protein consumption. It was kind of more from the days where I would just try to pack in my smoothies to make it as nutrient dense as possible, trying to add in all the fruit, the veg, the fiber, and just coming out with bigger servings of smoothies than I originally planned. One thing I should also note as well is that I am also very used to not eating for long periods of time because I do practice intermittent fasting as well. I will say though that by day 3 and day 4 I was really starting to miss savory foods. I definitely had to stay away from the Instagram posts because I would start to think about savory foods and salty foods like fries and chips and pasta more often, and I definitely had to keep myself busy so that I didn't really have time to think about food as much, because when my mind is not being busy occupied by something else, that's when I start to think about food more. Honestly, I think that the results would be a lot more dramatic if I could push this to a week, but I think documenting this on a day-to-day and pushing it there would be a little bit too long, and I just really miss food in general. That being said, I don't really want to shock my body from going strictly liquids to all of these like solid foods. So I think what I'm going to do is slowly reintroduce solid foods again, maybe something small like an apple, or like just limiting it to 1 solid meal a day and increasing as the days go on, because I don't really want to lose the muscle definition that I've gotten throughout this process. So question is, would I do it again? Yeah, honestly, maybe I would. I feel like it would be like a good resetter for me if I ever really needed it, especially because I'm being smart about it. I wouldn't just drink strictly protein shakes. I would be drinking smoothies that incorporated a lot of nutrient-dense things to keep me properly fueled. Anyway, it is time to move on to the results that you guys have been waiting for, so let's get to it. So, as you can see, it's a really subtle difference, but you can notice that in this comparison, my muscles have a bit more of a defined and toned look to them, mainly in my midsection. Although this lighting doesn't do much justice, the overall lean look was something that I definitely noticed while I was working out. One other thing I forgot to mention is that during my training, I did notice that I was more prone to being sore, which is weird because you would think that protein is supposed to help with recovery, but I did find myself to be pretty sore after my workout. That's not
typically normal for me. Normally I don't really get sore from my workout, so that was an interesting find. But it could be a number of things, that I wasn't stretching after my workout, or that I wasn't having as many calories as I usually do, even with the help of more protein consumption. So that is pretty much it for this smoothie and protein shake journey. Thank you guys for following along with me if you did. And also, along with that journey, can I just say that you guys have also been following me with my eyebrow journey as well, as you saw them go from 100 to much better now. If you guys like these type of experimental videos, don't be afraid to let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!